Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. So today's class is going to be on side control, escapes and movements, okay? Real important tutorial to get the movements correct, especially for you beginners, but it's a good one everyone should know because these are the basic side control movements and escapes that you should be doing daily in your sparring anyway, okay? So we're going to start side control, thinking about our frames to start with, okay? So when I'm on my back and they're on top of me, one hand, if they're coming this way with the head here, one hand is going to be on their shoulder and the other one's going to be on their hip. It could also be, if I've called it before, ideally one on their bicep, but we're going to go with the hip. So we've got our frames in automatically, okay? So we're going to do a little bridge first to create motion, okay? So I'm going to step my foot out to the side. I'm going to be bridging off to the angle, keeping my frames. I'm going to look to I want to bridge, and then I'm going to go boom and bridge up, okay? When I'm bridging, your feet closer to your bum is going to be more powerful. Far away, you won't get much of a bridge. Legs close and angled in the right direction, your bridge is going to be so much stronger. Okay, so keeping it tight here. Boom, I'm looking, I've got my frames, I'm looking to where I want to bridge. Boom. Now, this leg here is the one that's going to be kind of trying to get into that hip. Okay, so we're here, I've got my frames, I step, I'm looking, this one's on the hip, this one's on the shoulder, and I'm bridging, and then this one's on the hip. Now, to get this one in, I just need to move my hip back slightly, okay? And I'm doing this when I'm coming down, okay? So I've got the space below me to do it. Hips come in, my knees now on their hip, okay? This hand that was initially on the hip is gonna come in front of their bicep, okay? It stops them from coming back in. Then all I'm going to do is pull this leg out, send it across the hip. Now they're in between my legs and I can close my guard, okay? So let's go that again. I've already got my frames. First thing, you're fighting to get these frames in. I step out, I look, big bridge, boom, I've got space now. Hips out, this leg comes in. See where my knee and my elbow connected? This is great because they can't side control me, okay? This hand pummels in, foot goes across, and go, okay? Do it from this angle. Person's this way, head's on this side. So from here, I've got my frames in, I step my foot out, I'm gonna look, boom, bridge. Hips come out, knees in on the hip now, okay? So I've got it into that little pocket gap here. Then pummel my hand in, then a little bit more of a hip escape, maybe to bring that leg out, send that leg across, come back to your go, okay? From this angle, one, bridge, hip escape, good, leg goes across, boom, bang, okay? Let's do a few more, pump some of those out. This is a good way just to get nice and warm with the hips. Got the hands, boom, hip escape, leg comes in. Maybe you need a little bit more room, bang. Let's go. Here, one, look, frames, boom, look, boom, 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 hips come across, come back in, okay? Let's pump out 5 more. Making sure we've got all the frames, step that foot, I'm bridging this side, big bridge, hips out, get that knee in, wiggle it out, get that hand in, send that leg across, come back in, okay? 3 more. Nice and tight, elbows tight. Knee elbow connection here is very important, a good concept. Okay, good. Now, on the end of this, from that closed guard, okay, very good for a self-defense perspective. Someone's on top of me here, I bridge, boom, I put them back into a closed guard, then I'm looking to technical stand-up, okay, basic movements. So once you got back to your closed guard, you're gonna open your guard and frame here, nice broad chest, hand at the back, foot on the mat, hips up, kick, get up, okay? So we're just gonna pump out a few of those. So here, side control, hand on the hip, frame, we're looking, boom, we've got that leg in. We're trying to get this leg across now. Here, straight away, we're looking to get up and get out of there, okay? Basic options here. Here, foot on the mat, bridging, hip escaping, getting that knee in, maybe doing one more, driving it across, the hip, coming here and sitting up and getting out of there. Good. And back to stand up, okay? Let's try and go 3 more. I'm getting hot already. Here, tight. 1, 2, knees in, hip escape again. Back up, boom, back up, okay? Do 1 more for me. Side control, making sure the elbows are nice and tight, getting that knee into that little hip. So if I'm on the top here in side control, I'm aiming to get that knee across here, bridging off and then coming back into the guard. Good, okay. So let's move on to our next escape. So turning to our knees, okay? So the better your opponent from the top, it's very hard to get that knee in sometimes, but working one and back and forth, so this one with the next one we're gonna do will help you. So we're here, we're still gonna start with this bridge, still got my hand position, and I'm bridging up, okay? Now, hands are still nice and tight. This one on the hip, okay? I wanna be coming under and ducking my head, boom, okay? So maybe I can't get my knee in, maybe they're trying to get to north-south, okay? So I'm going under their arm and I'm putting my head on my own armpit, protecting my head, and I'm coming under, okay? As they start circling now, I'm gonna be going into my north-south position. So I go north, boom. Now, I'm feeling for their knees to elbows, and we're back to a turtle position. From here, if they're squashing me, basic guard retention, I'm window wiping my legs, and they can squish me all they want, and then come back to your guard, okay? So from here, we bridge, good. This time, they're starting to circle around, can't get this knee in maybe, but then I'm gonna be coming under and pummeling under. Head nice and tight, underneath the armpit. North south, I sit up as soon as I can, even before that weight's on me. Head to one side, window wipe those legs. See weight, elbow, knee connection. They can squish me all they want. Come back down, okay? From here, get that angle of the bridge. Hip escape, boom. Back, coming under. So my head's on my arm. Top leg, bottom leg. Coming up, window wipe the legs. Back to your guard. Oh, okay. Give me a couple more of those. Here. Coming up, elbow knees. Sit, come back. Oh. Now from here this time. Bridge underneath. Good. Hands on the hip here. Boom. Last few, let's get that technical stand-up working again on the end, okay? Just try and get a little bit of workout whilst we're doing it too. It's a good movement. Here, leg out to the side, bridge, underneath, hands on my head, boom, coming out, sit back, here, get your technical stand-up, boom, back down, okay? Try and give me 2 more. See it? Yeah, bridge. Look. Get those hips out underneath. 2, 3, 4. Back down. Back up. Gentle stand up, okay? One more. One more. Okay. So now, that turtle position can be quite dangerous. So we need a couple of different exits from that turtle position, okay? So we're gonna work all the way from side control, like we just did. And here we've got that underhook. Boom, we're turning to our knees here. So our basic one is coming back to close guard, okay? We're still giving up our going onto our back, so they're on top of us. So let's try and work something else to start with. So when I'm in this turtle position, I wanna be protecting elbows in. I wanna be looking to the side that they are rather than my shoulders. I don't want my elbows on the outside, I actually want them nice and tight here, okay? From here, we're gonna do our basic peek out, okay? So when I'm doing my peek out, they could be on top of me, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I put one leg out, one hand on the floor, okay? Here. When I do this, I'm looking for this arm to shoot through, keeping nice and tight, everything tight, and then out the armpit in turtle position, okay? So here, one, I go through, posture up, and then turn back in, okay? So they're on top of me here. I'm keeping tight. They haven't wrapped anything yet, they're just chest to my back. Here, I'm blocking, and then I see that gap, boom, I come up, keep your butt off the floor, turn in, okay? So let's put that in with the side control. From here, I bridge, I come out, I go here, I feel like they're on top straight away, boom, I come out to my sit up, okay? And again, got my frames, I got my bridge, good, onto my side. My turtle, we're working nice and quick if we can before they grab something, my collar, my neck. Okay, keep working that for me. Work at your own speed. If you know these drills, pump them out, get a workout. If you don't, let's get the technique going first. Here, blocking, here, zip, duck under. 1, 2, 3, up, booty, turn back in, okay? Keep working that for me. Let's try and do a couple more. That's it, on this peek out. That's it, once I'm here, I'm putting one post up, same side hand goes up, I'm looking down, boom, shoot through. Keeping my posture up, try and get your butt off the floor, and then turning back into them. And now we're on top of them, okay? Let's do one more from that side control. Try and picture someone on top of you, it makes it a lot easier. And time. Okay, so from that turtle position. So that's if someone's in front of us, we can peek out the side. Now, if they start moving around to our back, this is where our Granby roll, or it's like a quarter Granby, can come in. So, if they're coming around this side, I'm gonna look to put my head on the opposite side. As I put my head on the opposite side, my elbows are nice and tight, so I can't get anything in, and I'm looking just to come back and secure my guard position, okay? So they're going from here to here, I look away, I turn I do a big windmill, okay? Just so I can catch them, okay? Sometimes they might be running, okay? So from here, in front of us, they circle to here, I look away, keeping tight, elbows tight, I can be framing them here too, come back in, okay? So let's work from that side control escape. From here, boom, 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 boom. As soon as they go in there, whoosh, I'm looking the other direction. Okay, feel free to pause this to see the roll itself as well, okay? And again, basic movements. This is what you should be doing all the time though. Here. Or go the other side. Oh, and go, okay? So around the other side on that one, so I put my head the other way. If they're here, put your head this side. If they're here, put your head this side. And roll, okay? Again, the less pressure on you, the better, okay? So you do this immediately when they roll rather than when they get cemented on your back. Okay? Try a few more on this one. That's it, try and work, keep the elbows tight, think about where they can get their hooks in, where they can be trying to attack you, so keeping your chin tight all the time. And one more. And time. Okay, so we've got one more on this one. So, stand up. So, yeah, it's jiu-jitsu, but for self-defense, we want to get out of the situation. For MMA, we want to stand up, maybe we want to get punched. Also, it's a good way to reset, especially if you're good at takedowns, okay? So, if they've come all the way to my back here, I can't stand up because I'm on my head, obviously, okay? So I'm being nice and tight, and I'm finding when they come to the back of me, so I can straight away put one leg up, boom, okay? Elbows tight, don't let them grab me, body locking me. I stand up, making sure, fighting the hands. If they've got the hands on me, I post. Get it off, we're gonna turn in. Hand in the pocket, turn in. Basic stand up, okay? Wrestling, we do this from this position. Jiu-jitsu, we do this from elbows tight and looking over our shoulder. As they come here, taking the initiative, elbows tight so they can't grab. Boom, here, tight. Peeling their hands or just not letting them get anything on and then turn back in. Then if you're a good wrestler, you've got the advantage, or you can just sit back to guard. If they're on your back, it's not great. So let's go from side control. Here, bridging, coming down to my turtle position. I get here, they go to my back, boom, stand up. Here, peel, and then go, okay? Always trying to lean back onto them, okay? It forces them to be putting pressure and putting back, okay? Let's do a few more. Here, bridge, hips, under, I'm tight straight away, they go to my back, bang. Elbows in, pushing down. I've got hold of the hands, I'm going to turn in the other way, okay? Let's give it a few more. So everyone knows that side control, so I'll just, from this position here, standing up, boom, nice and quick. Even leaning onto them here, there might be pressure in the hip. Maybe I've got hands and wrists, and put it in the pocket, turn away, okay? Let's get a couple more from the start. Do a bridge, I come under, over here, boom. Fantastic, nearly stand up, boom. Here, put it in the pocket, and go, okay? One more. Keep working it. Okay, time. So, let's just do a minute and a half, see how long we go, of just those escapes that we just did, okay? So, you can go back to close guard, but from that turtle position, we have that peek out, we have the Granby roll. So if they're coming this way, my head goes away, and I look to Granby my way out of it, or they come all the way to my back, and I've got the pressure on my head to stand up, okay? And then turn in, okay? Got a couple of options there, so let's just go a minute or so from that side control position, try and work this nice and fast, bang, get to that turtle position, maybe I go back to my close guard, and I stand back up. Okay, let's go. 1 minute, all in your own time. Start with that side control. I don't mind if you're straight back to the closed guard. Start from side control, turn to your belly, hands on the outside of the knees, feeling where they're going, elbows nice and tight. We've got the peek out, we've got the stand up, we've got the Granby, and we've got just going back to closed guard, okay? Keep pumping as many out as you can. Get the movements correct. Foot's out. Looking to where I'm going. Okay, I can't go to close guard. Going here. Coming to my turtle position. They're rolling up, so I'm going to stand up. Boom. Turn back in. Okay? Keep working. Fast as you want, slow as you want. Here. Hands on the hip. Boom. That's it. Here. Back to close guard. Boom. Straight away. Going to stand back up. Okay? Keep working. Take advantage. You can do the movements, you can start adding them into sparring to get some timing. Let's go 20 more seconds. 20 more seconds. And time. Okay, so there is another way we can escape this, and that's going the other way, okay? So all these escapes so far are coming this way, okay? Sometimes our opponent knows that, so we've got to sometimes give up our back, okay? When I say give up our back, I mean show your back for a very limited amount of time, okay? So we've still got our hand on the hip here. If we're going to turn this way, we actually need to get this one out, okay? So I need to get it inside. Now, I can do this with literally just putting it on the inside, or I might need to do a bridge, and then getting it up, okay? So now I've got the right hand's actually inside, okay? You'll see why in a second, okay? So there on this side, I'm gonna be turning that way this time, opposite direction. So now I've got this hand, one hand's still on the shoulder, one hand's kind of like close to it, but elbows inside. It's not being hooked under their head or on their hip, okay? I do that by just doing an up bridge, pummel it in there, okay? Now, again, I wanna do a bridge, but I'm just gonna go straight up with this bridge, okay? So I'm just gonna go up, and then I'm gonna start to like push them off, okay? So I'm gonna try and clear my shoulder. As I come down, I'm looking to turn, and then I'm coming up with my hips, okay? I'm coming here. So they're actually on my back right now. But I'm here, and I'm showing my back for a second. See my elbows, knees are all nice and tight. Now I'm looking, the first one is just to roll all the way back, keeping tight, and then back to closed guard, okay? This one could be a hard one to see. So I'll do it the same way. So they're on this side, heads here, okay? They're pointing this way. All of our other escapes have been in, here. First thing we do, get this one from the hip, inside. So I really want to boom, get it inside. One more big bridge, fit to your bum, boom, and then I'm gonna push on the shoulder. I'm just trying to get the shoulder so I can turn it in, okay? Now everything's gotta be nice and tight. Here, nice and tight, I'm turning all the way through to close guard, okay? So this side, so I'm gonna be turning that way this time, they're pointing this way. Here, one bridge, pummel that hand in. Another bridge, I'm gonna push off, boom, here, turn in, come back to my closed guard, okay? This is a little bit more unorthodox, but you need to have both directions of escape to get away. Easy to block one way, especially if they're controlling the hip on this side. How am I going to be turning this way? Very hard. Okay, so I bridge, get the hand in, I bridge, push, and then boom, in. Turn in. See my elbows all nice and tight to my hips and knees. Okay? Keep trying that one for me. Good, we're just turning in. Bridge, pummel, bridge, boom. Elbows nice and tight. Good. I could be pushing him away as well here, but we're trying to just come straight back in. Okay? Two more. And time, okay? Same thing, just a different escape from that position. So pummeled in, bridged, hip. This time, I'm looking to definitely frame now. I want to get some space so I can come straight back in, okay? Sometimes you can't roll under them, so you need to just go back. You might have some space at the back. You can fill space, or you can fill them not as close as they potentially could be, then you're pushing them away. So frame, good. Get that hand out by bridging. One more bridge, I turn. Now I've got some space here, so I can actually push back kind of into them, frame, and then regain my closed guard. It's very similar to the turtle one we did, turning away, okay? Here, bridge, pummel, bridge, push. Here, I'm coming straight back into play, okay? We're transitioning through kind of turtle position. We're not actually staying there on this one, okay? We're like going to like a quarter turtle. Showing our back for minimal time. Pummel, push. Here's the first one, we came this way. Second one, we come all the way back, okay? Good, try and do two more for me. Yeah, was on the hip, I want to get this one out. I want to push, turn, and then come all the way back in, okay? This is one of my favorite escapes. And time. Okay, so let's do one more little shadow sparring round from that side control position. Let's quickly recap what we did. So if we're turning in, okay, then we'll look to bridge, hip escape, maybe come back to our closed guard, bridging, coming to our knees. Options from here are to go back to our closed guard, or to do a sit out, or to Granby, or to stand up. Okay? Now, off to the other way, we're looking to get this hand off. I turn, I don't want this hand back, I need it tucked into the bridge. Pummel it in, we still got this on the shoulder, bridge once more, push. I look to go away, either all the way through, or turn back in. Okay, let's do 1.5 minutes, see how many you can get through. Try and recover as many of those that we've done today. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Let's work, let's work, let's work. Work at your own speed, work through ones maybe you've never done before, or you want to try. Keeping us tight. Bridging, bridge, just gives you mobility. But if there's a gap there, you can always go straight into it, okay? Bridge, up, down, turn to my knee, come to my front, elbows are tight, then go to my back, I'm gonna stand up, boom, feel, okay? Keep working, keep working. From that closed guard, try and look to stand up, put a little bit more workout into it, look to stand up, chest big, boom. Stand up, good self-defense, good MMA as well. Oh, get my hand on the inside, look to turn away, go in, oh, turn my legs, turn back, try and put it together. Yeah, close guard, back up. So 10 more seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Good work, everybody. Any questions, shoot them through. It's a really good mobility workout and goes through your fundamentals. See you soon.